list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Are you considering selling your home and don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market and he's proven it as #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Phone Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams at 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Hi, this is Lauren from Orsini's right here in Martinsburg. Grilling is not just for the boys. We are a Platinum Traeger dealer carrying the Pro Series all the way up to the Timberline Series. We have every flavor of wood pellets along with accessories, rubs, sauces. Not just Traeger, we carry Utz, Meat Church, Lanes, and Dizzy Pig. We also carry a full line of Yeti products. Orsini's has everything to complete your backyard. Visit us at 360 Hack Wilson Way or at Orsinis.com.
The following sports broadcast is a special presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school basketball. Today's high school basketball broadcast is being brought to you by
the Berkeley County Health Department, Bechtel Jewelers, Brown's Funeral Homes and Cremations, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, Gary Kelly Allstate Insurance, CMA Honda, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Orsini's Home Store, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Smallwood and Small Insurance, and WVU Medicine, Berkeley Medical Center, and Jefferson Medical Center.
And now, let's go courtside and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
Good evening, everyone. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Nick Verzolini for some high school girls basketball tonight as we are on the Johnny's Express pregame show brought to you by Johnny's Express. Johnny's has all your game day food and drink needs. If you need the way to serve it all up, they have you covered. That's Johnny's Express, located at 1456 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Our crew tonight on the cameras is our intern Avery Newport, and John Alderton. Back at the studio is Spencer Dupuis. Let me reintroduce my broadcast partner, Nick. How you doing today?
I'm doing well,
Ready
Colin.
for some Martinsburg Musselman High School girls basketball?
I am. I think we got an interesting game. Obviously, Martinsburg winless on the year. Musselman struggled as well. So both these teams, while they haven't had the best of seasons, they're looking to kind of turn it around, and this could be the kind of game that you get this win. Maybe that can build you some momentum because we're getting into the stretch toward the playoffs where any win is a good win. And in terms of seeding, these teams don't believe to have a great chance in their sections, but you build on this win tonight and you could get some real big momentum moving forward, and maybe you never know what can happen in the sectional playoffs. That's kind of one of the benefits of West Virginia high school basketball is every team makes the playoffs. So while the regular season is important for that seeding and you want to have a good record, you can still pull off a major upset and all of a sudden have a chance to go to the States.
Yeah, right now both of these teams at the bottom of their respected sections, 0-2 in their section play. Musselman 3-13 overall coming into today. Martinsburg 0-13 overall. And Martinsburg has a tough test the remainder of this week, starting with tonight, obviously, against Musselman. But after tonight's game, you'll also hear it from Coach Triggs in the interview. But just to kind of give it a layout, they go home, shower, come back, get some Chick-fil-A in them, hop on the bus and head down to the Greenbrier because at 2 o'clock tomorrow they have a game, and then they have a game on Saturday. So that's 3 games in 3 days there. And that's a tough test for a team that's really struggling. Going to have to see how their endurance is and go from there. Yeah, I think, too, when you're in high school, or really at any level, you just love to play. So, the girls want to embrace it. It's definitely tough, though, to go from playing game and really never get a chance to refresh because you're getting right back on the bus to, head out to play your next tournament. So, it all starts, though, with the game tonight. That's what you're focused on, and this is a rivalry matchup, too. So, while it may not on paper have a whole lot of meaning in terms of records, you're throwing the records out the window. This is Martinsburg, Musselman. These two teams have a pretty long history playing against each other, and they don't like each other, so they both want to get this win, and that adds to it. But in terms of going into that tournament, it will be a tough challenge down there, but you got to focus on tonight and take care of business for both these teams moving forward. As the JV game just concluded, the varsity squads are on the court. Let's take our first 2-minute break here on the Johnny's Express tip-off show. Then we'll be back to break down more of this matchup. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
WVU Medicine is now offering a new robotic-assisted platform for minimally invasive biopsy in the lung. The ION system by Intuitive allows pulmonologists to diagnose lung cancers earlier and less invasively than ever before. With the ION system, tissue samples can be obtained from hard-to-reach areas of the lung, resulting in earlier diagnosis of smaller nodules and better outcomes for patients. WVU Medicine, the future of surgery is here.
Carpet World is more than just carpet. Carpet World specializes in a complete selection of hardwood floors by respected names like Armstrong, Bruce, Shaw, and Mohawk, and tile by Dowell Tile, American Oleum, and Mannington for all rooms in your home. And Carpet World can update your bathroom shower with very attractive ceramic tile walls and floor. Financing with up to 12 months deferred interest is available, along with experienced quality installation at Carpet World, 2330 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. CarpetWorldofMartinsburg.com.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including Trivia Night Monday, Karaoke Tuesday, Steak Night Wednesday and Sunday, Thursday night Boneless Wing Night, and on Friday and Saturday nights, there'll be a DJ and or karaoke. And remember, Monday through Friday, happy hour, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Welcome back here to the Johnny's Express tip-off show. Colin McLaughlin alongside me is Nick Verzolini, as it's the Martinsburg Lady Bulldogs playing host to the Musselman Lady Applemen. And let's break down both of these teams, starting with the Lady Applemen of Musselman, as they're coached by A.D. Elliott. They come in today, as I said earlier, 3-13 overall, 0-2 in their section. Their last game was a close loss to St. Maria Goretti there in Hagerstown by a final score of 46-40. And before that, they, however, were on a win streak, and unlike Martinsburg, who will have 2 games tomorrow and then a couple more in the section, Musselman only has 3 games remaining on the schedule, Nick, and 2 of them is against Washington, 1 of them tomorrow, then February 7th, which is one we will have, and then their final one is on February 10th against Hedgesville. It's an interesting setup for them compared to this Martinsburg team, who will have 2 this weekend, and then a couple against Morgantown and Jefferson the following week. And if you can break down the Bulldogs for us as well, Nick.
Yeah, their last game was a 61-36 loss to Washington. Has yet to win a game this season, obviously sitting here at 0-13 on the year. And their last win occurred on April 21st, 2021, but it was against the Musselman Applemen. So they do have a lot more left on the schedule. They'll have Hedgesville on February 8th, Spring Mills on the 10th, Morgantown on the 12th, and Jefferson on the 14th, plus the Greenbrier. So,
speaking of the Greenbrier, Spencer just tweeted out, or retweeted actually, a video on our Sports Mix Twitter handle. So if you follow that, you can go look at it yourself. The setup there at the Greenbrier inside the ballroom that they are playing in, and it is pretty neat looking. The court, beautifully colored wood, banners of each team that's going to be taking place on the wall, the bleachers. It looks like it's going to be a cool thing there. Unfortunately, we won't have it on TV 10. It looks like as of right now, things could change at the last minute. Don't know officially yet. If we do, we'll let you know on our pages. If not, hopefully it's streamed somewhere. I don't know if they just have it on TV stations down there, if they will have a stream for those games.
Yeah, I'm not certain about that either, Colin. I would think it might just be on stations down there, but again, I don't know.
So as we look here, both teams still warming up out there on the court, and the biggest challenge for Martinsburg, obviously, is to finally win. It's been 288 days since they've done so, but it was against the Musselman Applemen. So I know we'll go later into the keys of the game, but if you want to just hint at any of them right now, Nick.
Well, when you're winless on the season, it comes down to execution. You're just not executing, whether it be on the offensive end or on the defensive end. So you got to really get back to the basics and just try to figure out what are some things that you do well and how do you take advantage of those things. And for Martinsburg, that's obviously going to be a key. I mean, this is a completely different Bulldogs team than a season ago. So, while they did beat Musselman last year in one of the 2 games, at least, and that was their last win, that really doesn't mean that much because it's a completely different team. So when you're struggling, it comes down to the basics, and that's what Martinsburg's going to try to get back to, I think, tonight, and able to get a win.
Let's now look at some other Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference teams that are in action or have already been in action today. Speaking of the one that already was in action, it was the Jefferson Cougar boys team there at the St. James Invitational Tournament in Hagerstown. They only had a 1-day showcase. They're not playing in the entire tournament, but they made that one game worth it. The final score against Combine Academy, 112-85. So we were talking about it on the Sports Mix this week. It was going to be a big test for them. Didn't know much about Combine Academy, but usually those teams there at the St. James tournament are some of the best in the country, and Jefferson just absolutely dominated them and have now improved to 11-0 on the season.
Yeah, that honestly surprised me, just because we looked at the quality of teams, and I was looking at their roster a little bit. I saw a lot of size for Combine Academy, big team, with which I didn't know how Jefferson would match up with that. But Jefferson clearly now, Colin, a legitimate team. It's unfortunate that they aren't able to play in that entire tournament, because imagine if they got to go up against some of those other teams that are there and really showcased what they have. But still 11-0 start and a very impressive win. And, Jefferson clearly a really good team, not only in the EPAC, not only in the state of West Virginia, but, maybe even in some of the I guess, this region of the country, you could argue.
Yeah, and the other game tonight that will be tipping off same time as this one here around 7:30 is Spring Mills against Hedgesville Girls. But before we take another 2-minute break here on the Johnny's Express Tip-Off Show, just want to preview, got word from Spencer that tomorrow at 12:30 on the Sports Mix we'll be joined by head coach of those Jefferson Cougars boys basketball team, Richard Lewis, so we can ask him about this big win against Combine Academy. Again, 112-85. But let's take a 2-minute break. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire. Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Ollie's VIP Northside is the best local spot to catch all of your favorite high school, college, and pro sports, or to hang out with friends. Ollie's has a great beer and cocktail menu, along with a food menu that will blow you away. Ollie's offers multiple TVs to watch the game of your choice from anywhere at the bar, or their outdoor patio with cornhole and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP Northside. We'll see you for the game.
Home Helpers of the Eastern Panhandle, making life easier for you, your family, and especially your loved ones that need their care. They are locally owned and searching for smiling faces to hire so that your loved one can stay in their home where they are the happiest. Call 304-433-8000 or visit homehelpershomecare.com/panhandle, or you can visit them at 3192 Winchester Avenue right here in Martinsburg. Each office is independently owned and operated. Welcome back here to the Johnny's Express Tip-Off Shows. We're at the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Colin McLaughlin here. As I sat down earlier with the head coach of the Musselman Lady Applemen, A.D. Elliott, and you can hear from him right now. Okay, Coach Elliott, here on the road against Martinsburg, who's been struggling a lot this year. How do you see your team get the win tonight against the Bulldogs?
Plan to step up and apply a lot of pressure to their ball handlers, force them to handle that pressure, try to be in some key spots to get good steals and have good offensive sets and just control the ball and protect the ball and keep it in our hands more than theirs.
Crunch time now in the season, only a few games left, all against regional opponents. How does your team get a rhythm going coming to the postseason to be at a good spot?
Well, Tuesday we played Goretti, really tough, really hard. Dropped a close one there in the final few seconds. Carrying that momentum into practice the past couple of days and this afternoon shoot around. Hopefully today we got good momentum. We're focused in, ready to take care of business with Martinsburg, and then we'll start worrying about Washington and Hedgesville next week. But I think playing a lot of regional opponents kind of gets you in that mindset. Postseason's upon us. Let's hone in our skills and be really set and ready once sectional play starts.
What's it been like for your team this year to finally get to have a full season compared to last year, having to deal with COVID and everything else?
You start to realize how much time and energy these kids put into the game of basketball when you sit down and think we've been at it since November. So with a short turnaround in the off season and then putting in 80, 90 days worth of practice and games, it's a lot, but I think it's been rewarding for the kids. They've enjoyed it. They're high in spirits. They show in good energy day in and day out. So I think it's been really great to get back to a little bit of normalcy.
What's your attack points that you're emphasizing tonight for your team to do?
Protect the basketball on offense, keep it in our hands, let's get good shot selection, and then defensively, let's be the aggressor. Let's get after it. Let's force them to handle our pressure so we can kind of control the tempo of the game, both offensively and defensively.
All right, anything else, Coach?
Should be a good game. Coach Trigg usually coaches his girls ready to play, ready to win. It's always a good, fun atmosphere here at Martinsburg High, so hopefully it's a good game.
All right, thank you. Good luck.
Thanks.
Again, that was the Musselman Appleman head coach, A.D. Elliott.
And our coaches' interviews brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. They're located at 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg or online at Orsinis.com.
Now let's hear from the Martinsburg Bulldogs head coach, Kyle Triggs. Okay, Coach, a long weekend starting with tonight at home against Musselman. What does your team need to do to get a win tonight against the Applemen?
Well, one, we just got to get healthy. It seems like once we get everybody back, we have other ones go down with injuries. But our kids just need to compete. That's been the biggest disappointment is our lack of competitiveness. I'll take full responsibility for that, but we've had a good couple days of practice, so we'll let them see what happens.
From this team, the last time you guys played them, it was still a pretty competitive game, especially in the first half. It kind of slipped away in the second half. How do you get your team to play a full game to make it even more competitive tonight and possibly get the win?
Yeah, we just talked about it in our pregame walkthrough. We had 26 turnovers, and they scored 18 points off those turnovers, and they got to the foul line 16, 18 times. You got to take care of the ball, and you can't send the team, especially on the road, to the foul line that much. So we got to do a very good job tonight of valuing the basketball, and we got to play the game from inside out. I mean, we're fortunate to have some size, and we got to start using that. I think we're relying at times too much on our perimeter game, but it always comes down to this season. We struggle with pressure, and teams know that, and hopefully our kids are prepared and ready to beat the pressure tonight.
And then starting tomorrow at 2 o'clock, you said, first time ever there's going to be an invitational tournament there at the Greenbrier that Governor Jim Justice is hosting. Your team got invited. What's it mean to you guys, program-wise, getting to be in that tournament?
Yeah, I mean, the governor and I have a great relationship. We've played his team the last 4 seasons. So it's a great honor for our kids to be a part of it. Our boys team will be there as well. A lot of quality teams in the girls side with Greenbrier East, Nitro, and Bridgeport. So we'll play tonight, go home, let them shower, get back, eat a little Chick-fil-A, get on the bus, and head down to the Greenbrier. And then, we got 2 games in 2 days, and it'll be a good trip for us, and hopefully we can play well.
Other than the game aspect, what does your team get to do while down there at the Greenbrier? Any other planned sightseeing or just hanging out and enjoying the hotel?
No, we definitely, when we travel, we try to do some things with them. We got bowling planned tomorrow night, a little tournament. We'll do the bunker tour Saturday. Maybe take them to a movie, do some other things down there. We try to get them. We try to get them out and see different parts of the state, and we just don't want them to be in their rooms. But they understand this is a business trip, and we'll have some fun while we're there.
All right. Any final thoughts for tonight?
Just appreciate you guys. Continue to support us. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Good luck. As that was the head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs in Kyle Triggs. As again, the coaches' interviews brought to you by Orsini's Home Stores. Let's take another 2-minute break, then we'll be back to give you the starting lineups and keys to the game. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Whether you're heading to a high school, college, or professional football game, Johnny's has all your tailgating go-tos. Delicious wings, meatballs, shrimp, burgers, and dogs. Plus, Johnny's has everything you need to serve it all up. Party trays, utensils, plates, cups, and more. Stop by either of our 2 great locations, 1456 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg and Route 11 South in Chambersburg.
Life can get in the way these days. We all know that. Work commitments, social commitments, volunteer commitments, family commitments. You put your heart into all of it. You've got enough to worry about already. Your roof shouldn't be one of those things. Everything should just work. But when your roof is in need of an upgrade, you shouldn't have to worry about that either. Modern Renovations, your 4-state roofing solution, reminding you that home is where the heart really is.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
WVU Medicine is pleased to announce the addition of more healthcare services and physicians at the Shepherdstown Medical Office Building. All of this is right in your backyard. Cardiology, pediatrics and primary care, behavioral medicine and psychiatry, orthopedics and sports medicine, podiatry and foot ankle surgery, Center for Diabetes and Metabolic Health, endocrinology, as well as 2 departments of Berkeley Medical Center, lab services and x-ray services. Make an appointment today for WVU Medicine Shepherdstown at wvumedicine.org.
Welcome back to our final segment on the Johnny's Express tip-off show. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me is Nick Verzolini. And now let's go to your CMA Honda keys to the game. Brought to you by CMA's Honda of Winchester on 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
I'll start with Musselman. I think they got to come out fast and pick up the pressure early on Martinsburg. In this last game, they got off to a slow start between these two teams, and I think for the Bulldogs, limit the turnovers and execute and get back to the basics. Like I said earlier, I think those are going to be really important.
And now your starting 5 for both teams, brought to you by Modern Renovations. West Virginia homeowners trust the experts at Modern Renovations for roofing. Call them at 304-564-6317 to schedule your free estimate, or visit mymodernrenovations.com. And we'll actually get to that after a 2-minute break, as we have the national anthem now. A 2-minute break. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire. Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
And that concludes today's pregame show. Coming up next, it's the starting lineups.
Ollie's VIP Northside is the best local spot to catch all of your favorite high school, college, and pro sports, or to hang out with friends. Ollie's has a great beer and cocktail menu, along with a food menu that will blow you away. Ollie's offers multiple TVs to watch the game of your choice from anywhere at the bar or their outdoor patio with cornhole and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP Northside. We'll see you for the game.
And that concludes today's pregame show. Coming up next, it's the starting lineups, opening tip, and play-by-play action of West Virginia high school basketball.
Johnson now in transition with the one-handed slam dunk, and that might put a seal on this one.
Today's game is brought to you by
the Sutton and Janelle Law Firm, Ollie's VIP, Milestone Realty, The Palace Lounge, The Mountaineer Grill and Pub, Cody's Auto Body, Modern Renovations, D&N Auto, Home Helpers of the Panhandle, Johnny's Express.
And now, let's go courtside and rejoin our WRNR broadcast team.
Welcome back to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse as the national anthem's concluded. And let's now give you the starting lineups brought to you by Modern Renovations. West Virginia homeowners trust the experts at Modern Renovations for roofing. Call them at 304-564-6317 to schedule your free estimate or visit mymodernrenovations.com. Musselman, you got Lindsay, Pooler, Bennett, Ritchie, and Fitzpatrick. And for Martinsburg, you got Mayer, Gideon, Medina, Rosario, and Tisha. It is the Musselman Appleman in the green and Martinsburg in the white and pink, as the tip is here. And your opening tip brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Buy your next vehicle online. They'll deliver it to you, and if you don't like it, they'll take it back. Go to HagerstownFord.com, and the first basket goes to Kira Bennett to make it 2-0 Musselman, as your first shot of the game brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, promote, protect. They're at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Phone 304-263-5131 as Rosario ties things up at 2 apiece now.
There's a good take to the basket. He'll split the defense and bank it off the top of the square.
Puller gives it over for Ritchie. Bounce passes down low to Fitzpatrick. Her shot's no good. Rebounded. Ball on the floor. Recovered by the Bulldogs. Back the other way. Foul will be called as people get helped up off the floor. That'll be Martinsburg basketball, as that foul called on Musselman's Sierra Puller. That is her first, team first.
She had a good game against Martinsburg last time. 12 points for Puller the last time these two teams met.
Medina back for Mayer. Given to Nia Gideon. It's the first time we've got to see her play, as the last time we've broadcast Martinsburg's games, she was out with a concussion. Gideon tries to get it down low. Ball deflected, intercepted by Fitzpatrick. 2v3, so she has to slow down the offense for the Lady Applemen. Beautiful passing. Puller tries to get it for 3 in the left corner. It's no good. Rebounded by Rosario. Mayer at the point for the Bulldogs. Gideon and her pass it back and forth. And now Medina involved in the offense. Finds Mayer at the top of the key. Still 2-2 between these two rivals in the EPAC. Mayer looks behind her, and a timeout called by the official. That looks like Gideon's going to have to jog off the court and take a ring or something off her finger. And checking into the game now is Cadence Bradley, who was a game-time decision, Kyle Triggs told me beforehand, and she comes in 2 minutes in to the first quarter.
Yeah, that's important for this team. You know, Bradley standing at 6'4", have her presence down low. Could give Musselman some issues, because they really don't have a true post player.
Almost a banked-in 3 by Tisha. It's no good. Rebounded by Musselman. Back to Bradley, though. As you can see, the reason why she's been out a majority this season, on her right knee is a brace. She had to get it checked out by a doctor, but finally back in, and a three-pointer good by Janiyah Lindsay to make it 5-2 Musselman.
Nice extra pass there, and a good step into that three-pointer.
Let's see if Martinsburg can get Bradley involved in this offense. Bounce passes to Rosario, and it's swatted out of her hands by Fitzpatrick. She goes out of bounds, so it'll go back to Martinsburg possession-wise.
Yeah, that was an excellent play. 2 Bulldogs were wide open there. Tried to find Rosario underneath, but it was a great play by Musselman to intercept that pass.
Medina throws it over everybody's heads, and finally recovered by Savoy. Medina with the ball. Passes it to Mayer. She spins, drives the right side. Layup too hard, no good. Rebounded by Ritchie for Musselman. Pass now for Lindsay as she slows down. Crosses midcourt. Passes it to Fitzpatrick. Back to Lindsay. She's going to drive the left baseline. Puts up a floater. Goes behind the backboard. She recovers it but turns it over. Mayer all by herself. So she holds it and waits for the rest of her team. Has to pivot. Bradley down low. Post up. Spin move. Jumper no good as she tried to get the little J-hooked the fall, but was unable to do so as that was her first touch of the evening. Pooler, air balls a 3, got bumped, no call.
Be interesting to see how much Bradley plays tonight. As we said, a game-time decision, and obviously hasn't played in a while, so it'll be tougher to get comfortable maybe out there.
I saw her warming up on it, and she was warming up a couple other times before she officially got to play like you see tonight. Doesn't seem to be causing her any issues, but she's only been in for 2 minutes now. Stolen, Medina the other way by herself. Fitzpatrick and Lindsay, who got a hand on Medina, so that foul will be called against Janiyah Lindsay. That's Musselman's second, her first. Called a shooting foul. I am a little bit surprised by that one.
It looked like she was trying to go up, and the defender kind of
Elliott,
cut her off.
the coach of Musselman, A.D. Elliott's kind of confused by it as well, but
yeah, I don't know.
Said she was in the act as the first free throw off the rim a couple times and good for Medina.
I could definitely see both because it didn't look like she had possession of the ball when she was headed toward the basket.
2-point ball game can be a 1-point ball game here, and it is as Brooklyn Medina sinks her second free throw. Makes it 5-4 as Gideon checks in for Medina after the free throws that she made. Caleb Fitzpatrick with it, bounce passes it for Ritchie. Back to Fitzpatrick, over for Pooler at the right wing. Guarded by Rosario, so she gives it up to Fitzpatrick. Drives to the left side, her finger roll too hard off the glass, no good. Rebounded down low by Ritchie. She's tied up with Rosario as the jump ball possession arrow is in favor of the Bulldogs.
Well, that was a good job by Bradley to step up and cause that shot to be off the mark, but Martinsburg kind of got lucky there, even though they didn't get the offensive rebound, still got the possession.
And the full court press successful as an overpass causes a turnover and gives the ball back to Musselman. You'll see that a lot from the Lady Applemen. They like to use that full court press to their advantage during dead balls.
Well, the few times we've had them on TV 10, that's when their team has been at the best, when they're getting pressure and forcing turnovers and getting in transition.
Lindsay drives in, dishes the ball out. It's tipped, goes out of bounds last on Lady Appleman, so it'll be Martinsburg to get the ball back. Mayer gives it to Gideon, passes it to Bradley. Bradley going to dribble it across midcourt, picks it up, dishes it to Gideon, kicks it out to Mayer for 3. Off the rim, no good. Titcher tries to save it, does so successfully, but into the hands of a Musselman Appleman, and it is Sarah Price with the ball as she's fouled on the opposite end of the court, and that's a frustrating foul if you're Kyle Triggs.
And it looked like they missed Rosario there in the post. She was open underneath, and nobody really looked her way.
So that foul was on Mayer, her first team first. Ball down low now, one dribble, pivot, shot up, no good by Bennett, rebounded by Martinsburg, and a foul underneath the basket of Martinsburg's defensively on Musselman. That foul on Larkin Walker, that's her first team third. Mayer has to recover the pass, picks up her dribble, gives it to Gideon. Gideon has the pass stolen by Fitzpatrick. Layup is good. Caleb Fitzpatrick makes it now 7-4 Musselman. Pass deflected, stays in bounds. Price loses it, almost goes back court, but she's able to recover, slow things down. Panic pass, way off the mark. She's frustrated in herself, and it's a turnover. Martinsburg with the ball.
It was good defense by Gideon, but in that situation, just rip through, reset, find an open teammate. She found the right teammate, just kind of rushed the pass because of Gideon's pressure D.
Very quick, low-scoring first quarter as Bradley at the left block. Too hard, no good. Rebounded by Musselman. 7-4 is your score. 2:09 to go in this first quarter.
Well, Bradley rushed that shot, and there's no real reason for her to. She's 6'4". Nobody's going to block her shot, so just take her time and lay that one up and in.
Bennett banks in the jumper. She now has 4, makes it 9-4. Full court press. to Rosario, 2v1. Mare keeps it herself. Her layup no good, but she's fouled, so she'll go to the free throw line. As this first quarter presented to you on TV 10 by Chris Ross and Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Buying or selling a home, call them at 304-579-7349. Go to callchrisross.com. And Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg. Phone 304-263-3361. As the first free throw shot by Mare, no good. Second one up, that one is through, so Mare makes it 9-5, and that foul beforehand was on Larkin Walker again for Musselman. That's her second, team fourth.
So a lot of fouls for Musselman early on this first quarter, and moving forward, you're going to have to cut down on this.
The ball with Fitzpatrick. Shot up, no good. Tie up down low. This time the possession arrow in the favor of the Applemen, who lead by 4, and it will be Polar to inbounds. A lot of movement. Polar finds Fitzpatrick wide open. Corner 3, no good as she falls to the court. A little bit of a bump, no call though on that far side. Medina drives in. Floater way off the mark, airballs it, rebounded, and a foul called down low on Martinsburg.
Well, Martinsburg's had a few fast break opportunities, but just haven't been able to convert on those. And only a 9-5 game, but if you're able to convert on those, you'd probably be tied or maybe even leading.
As the Martinsburg boys basketball team in the house, they also will be traveling to the Greenbrier tomorrow to play. Price, back to Polar. Fitzpatrick, pump fakes, dribble, almost a travel there on Polar. Price drives in, it's deflected, ball on the floor, kicked around, nobody has it, and then everybody has it as the tie-up gives the ball to the Bulldogs. Crazy how all 3 players on the court found the possession all at once, so it went from no hands on the ball to 6 hands on the ball.
You like the effort.
The ball trying to get lobbed to Bradley, trying to use her 6'4" height to an advantage, but it's stolen. Price. Over for Bennett. Ritchie pump fakes, gives it to Fitzpatrick. Her three-pointer off the mark. Rebounded by Ticha. Ticha all alone decides to give it to Medina to her left, and it's rejected. Bennett with a swat. That might be an early nominee for your ejection of the game, brought to you by Cody's Body Shop.
Oh, it definitely is an excellent hustle play by Bennett to get back and block that shot after it looked like Martinsburg was going to get it easy too.
Puller to Ritchie, top of the key 3. Bank no good, tipped. Fitzpatrick, layup is good, under 10 seconds now as Kayla Fitzpatrick makes it 11-5. Medina doesn't realize that clock's going to expire. Almost had a turnover that could have been a quick jumper, but the horn sounds, and at the end of the first, Musselman leads Martinsburg 11-5. Let's take a 1-minute break and then come back for the second quarter. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk. See dealer for details.
Welcome back to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Nick Verzolini. On the cameras are Avery Newport and John Alderton. Back at the studio is Spencer Dupuis. Second quarter underway. Musselman with the ball. Janiyah Lindsay passes it over here for Chloe Womble. And the ball now with Price. Got nudged in the back. No call on the layup. That was no good and rebounded by Martinsburg. Ticha finds Gideon. Down low over the head of Bradley and back the other way now. Lindsay dribbles. Stops. Womble. Three-pointer is good, and the foul. Count the basket. That will send Chloe Womble to the line for the rare 4-point play.
Yeah, and that was really good ball movement. You found Ritchie in the high post to break down that Martinsburg zone a little bit. Ritchie makes the extra pass, and Womble finishing with the three with the contact. That's impressive, and a really good offensive possession for the Applemen.
As Savoy picks up her second foul. Womble's free throw around the rim and through. She now makes that 4-point play, and it's a 15-5 ball game. Musselman up by 10 on Martinsburg. Ticha tries to cross over Lindsay. Passes it from Mayer. Finds Gideon wide open, and she puts it off the glass and through. That's her first basket. 15-7 is the score.
The Musselman press is working, but it's interesting that they don't have really anybody back.
Almost stolen by Gideon. Back to your point, Nick.
Back all the way. They have two players standing at half court, and if you're able to split the defense like Musselman or Martinsburg was there, you're going to get easy layups. So it's interesting how they're running their press.
And a lot of energy in this Bulldog team now, as Kyle Triggs was kind of passively aggressively begging them to do so. Gideon for three off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Puller. You can see it on the defense as they just forced a turnover last possession. Let's see what they can do this possession as Puller at the top of the key for Musselman. Chest pass to Price. Bounce pass for Puller. Over for Womble now, who's guarded by Savoy. Savoy has to be careful with two fouls. Lindsay dribbles once, gets it to Price. She pulls up from the right elbow. Shot's no good. Rebounded by Savoy. She's tied up, loses it. It's stolen by Womble, thanks to Price. Lindsay for three. Way off the mark, out of bounds. Martinsburg ball. It's this second quarter, presented to you on TV 10 by Sutton and Janelle, attorney at law, a full-service law firm helping individuals, families, and businesses with all their legal needs. They're at 224 West King Street, Martinsburg. Visit them at suttonandjanelle.com, as well as Modern Renovations. West Virginia homeowners trust the experts at Modern Renovations. For roofing, call them at 304-564-6317 to schedule your free estimate, or visit mymodernrenovations.com as Lindsay makes the layup for Musselman. She now has 5 total points and back to a 10-point game. Mayer finds Bradley. Wide open is Rosario. Her shot up and good. She now has 4 points. 17-9. Martinsburg trails Musselman at home.
Well, that time Martinsburg did a good job against the press, but for the most part, Musselman's made it tough on the Bulldogs.
That is the weak spot, though, of the press, is that nobody's there covering Rosario. We've seen it multiple times that she's wide open down low. That's just, unfortunately for Martinsburg, the only time she's been successful to make the shot. Ticha gives it to Rosario. Finds Gideon. Gideon spins, picks up her dribble. It's stolen. Janiyah Lindsay brings it back the other way now for Musselman. Her layup no good, rebounded, and a hard foul by Gideon will send Puller to the charity stripe.
And what Musselman's doing, though, on the defensive end, a lot of the times that made it tough for Martinsburg is they're forcing them to make passes that aren't really there, but Martinsburg just kind of panics and throws a wild pass. That's, another turnover, whether it be in the backcourt or in the half-court offense. The Musselman defense, the active hands, make it very tough on really any team to break down the defense.
Puller's first free throw is good. Makes it 18-9 Musselman. Second free throw up and through as well. She now has 2 total points. Back to a 10-point ball game for the Applemen. Mayer, 2 people guarding her. She thought Medina was going to go forward. Instead, she went backward. And Mayer will foul Puller. Go back to the free throw line.
Yeah, I don't know what exactly happened with that pass. Obviously a wild pass.
Miscommunication.
That must have been it, but you got to have somebody in the middle against the press. That's usually how you break it the most effective way.
And this time, a free throw by Puller is no good, as she made 2 in the last possession. Second free throw this round is through. It's now 20-9 Musselman. Mayer passes it to Gideon, and it's deflected by Puller. Lindsay on the court trying to fight for the ball with Mayer. And it looks like we'll have a timeout called, so let's take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
To the Martinsburg Field House as timeouts presented to you on TV 10 by the Mirius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors. Phil McCoy and John Everson. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg or phone 304-263-4343. The ball inbounded from Martinsburg. Mayer dribbles, picks it up, passes it to Rosario, who kicks it to the left side. Medina finds Gideon all the way back across to the right side. Wide opens Mayer for 3. Off the rim, up in the air, rebounded by Puller from Musselman. Fitzpatrick passes it to Janiyah Lindsay. It's guarded by Medina. Walker with the ball now. Gives it back to Lindsay. Fakes a pass. Bounce passes it to the free throw line. Bennett tries to drive the left side. Gives it back to Lindsay. Her shot in the paint, off balance, is good. Janiyah Lindsay now has 7 points, makes it 22-9.
It's a real good shot, and she landed a little bit unbalanced, but luckily, or good for her, she's okay.
And Rosario at that left block gets another basket, makes it 22-11, but almost looked like a travel there that was not called against Cadence Bradley before that shot. Lindsay bounce passes it for Puller. Puller gives it to Bennett, who pump fakes, finds Fitzpatrick. She drives the right side, left-handed shot, no good, gets her own rebound. That shot's no good. And a foul will be called. Rosario gets fouled, and it's against Larkin Walker. That's now her 3rd. And it looks like it's Musselman's 5th. So she'll take a seat on the bench, but it gives Musselman the capability to set up the full court press. Medina has her pass stolen. Ritchie, finger roll, no good, rebounded by Ticha. Bounce passes it for Medina, finds Rosario wide open. Drives in for the layup, she's fouled and will go to the free throw line. 2:31 to go before halftime. We cut into this 11-point lead as the foul called on the Musselman Appleman. And it's on, looks like, Kira Bennett as the first free throw from Rosario's no good. That's Bennett's first foul, team 6th. Rosario, second free throw, also no good, rebounded by Lindsay for Musselman. She slowly brings it across midcourt. As soon as she steps across, gives it to Lindsay, who gave it over to Lindsay, or Pooler to Lindsay, sorry, and it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, just couldn't quite keep it in bounds there on that sideline. Overall, though, Lindsay's played a good game. Just there turned it over.
Yep. She leads the scorers with 7 total points as Medina passes it over to Rosario, fumbles it, steps out of bounds multiple times. The second one's the one that got caught, though, and it'll be a turnover. Musselman with the ball.
It seems like Martinsburg's forcing it and kind of rushing a lot of passes. That one was a tough catch for Rosario. She tried to chase it down, but obviously was unable to keep it in play.
Pooler passes it to Funkhauser at the top of the key. Funkhauser passes it for Lindsay, who pulls up for 3. Off the glass and rim, no good. Rebounded by Ritchie. She gets hacked down low and will go to the free throw line.
It's a great offensive rebound and a good job by Ritchie to go right back up with it and not bring the ball down low. She went up strong, knew she was going to get fouled with the 2 defenders there, and see if she can convert.
She makes the first one, puts her in the scorebook, and a 23-11 lead for Musselman now. Also, that foul was called on Rosario. It's her second. Second free throw. No good by Serenity Ritchie.
But again,
rebounded by Musselman, yep.
Yeah.
Lindsay slowing down the offense.
Yeah,
passes it to Funkhauser.
No reason for Musselman to rush early on. You've already built your double-digit lead. So just continue to get good shots and work the ball around and have good offense.
Reach-in foul called on Martinsburg. And is it 1-1 now? Almost looks like Ritchie might be injured as she's grimacing and looking at her left hand. She's at the free throw line, but have to keep an eye on that. A foul called against Cadence Bradley. That's her first. Shot up, around, no good. Tips, out of bounds. Going for Martinsburg. Medina gets the quick inbound. Tries to pass it to Bradley. It got deflected, and a jump ball called. Possession arrow Martinsburg's way. Minute 18 to go. And we've seen that multiple times where they try to pass it from the near side of the court to that far side of the court, and it's majority of the time been read easily by Musselman.
Yeah, well, Martinsburg needs to use their dribbles to bring the defenders to them before making that pass. That's really hurt them.
Bradley with it. Gets it out to Gideon from Mayer. Long range 3. Almost looked like it went through from our angle, but it didn't.
For a second.
Ball on the floor. Rolls its way to Funkhauser, and a timeout called by A.D. Elliott for Musselman. Let's take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School basketball on WRNR TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Hi, this is Lauren from Orsini's right here in Martinsburg. Grilling is not just for the boys. We are a Platinum Traeger dealer carrying the Pro Series all the way up to the Timberline Series. We have every flavor of wood pellets along with accessories, rubs, sauces. Not just Traeger, we carry Utz, Meat Church, Lanes, and Dizzy Pig. We also carry a full line of Yeti products. Orsini's has everything to complete your backyard. Visit us at 360 Hack Wilson Way or at Orsinis.com.
As the horn just sounds, welcome you back to the Martinsburg Bulldog Fieldhouse at the high school of Martinsburg. And it's the Bulldogs trailing Musselman 23-11 with 51.1 seconds to go before halftime. Janiyah Lindsay with the ball for Musselman. Bounce passes it to Pooler. Pooler gives it to Ritchie, who tries to get it down low quickly for Bennett. But the pass goes out of bounds, and Martinsburg will get the ball.
Good idea by Ritchie, but not on the same page.
Gideon for Medina. Medina Almost trapped, has to pass it backwards now. It's deflected before the 10-second backcourt violation's called. A full timeout called first by Coach Triggs. That's the second timeout called for Martinsburg, and let's take another 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
You need to keep your vehicle in good working order, but car and truck repairs can be very costly. Bears Repair in Martinsburg performs all kinds of auto repairs at prices most often well below their competition. Bears Repair offers tune-ups, oil change and lubrication, small and large engine and transmission repair, wheel balancing, front-end alignment, exhaust system replacement, air conditioning checks, auto inspections, and new tires. Stop by for a free estimate at Bears Repair, 904 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Phone 262-0208. Bears Repair.
Back here at Martinsburg High School, 28.5 seconds to go in this second quarter, as our timeout's brought to you by the Mirius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors. Phil McCoy and John Everson, stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg, or phone 304-263-4343. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Nick Verzolini. Avery Newport and John Alderson on the cameras. Back at the studio is Spencer Dupuy, who you will hear from at the half. Bradley has her pass deflected and stolen. Funkhauser passes it up for Lindsay, and Lindsay at the left wing will slow it down. 10 seconds to go. Gives it to Funkhauser. Puller, 8, 7. Puller over to Lindsay through her legs. Picks it up, 3 seconds, heaves up a prayer, off the glass, no good, and that's how this first half will end. Musselman leads Martinsburg 23-10. Let's take a 2-minute break, and then we'll be back for the halftime show. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
You need to keep your vehicle in good working order, but car and
Whether you're heading to a high school, college, or professional football game, Johnny's has all your tailgating go-tos. Delicious wings, meatballs, shrimp, burgers, and dogs. Plus, Johnny's has everything you need to serve it all up. Party trays, utensils, plates, cups, and more. Stop by either of our two great locations, 1456 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, and Route 11 South in Chambersburg.
Hello?
We're here again 3 times in the past 2 days.
You're where?
Bechtel Jewelers. Look.
Can Mom hear you?
No, she's in a diamond coma. Get her the pendant, or I will.
Hey, that's my credit card.
What? Can't hear you, Dad. You're breaking up.
It's gonna take more than a crying baby to wake her out of this diamond coma. You're gonna need a mega dose of jewelry from Bechtel Jewelers.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Nick Verzolini, as this Mansion Freddie Law Firm halftime show brought to you by the Mansion Freddie Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com, as the halftime score is Musselman 23, Martinsburg 11. And let's look at your stats now for both teams here as I fumble through the papers and make sure to get the right sponsor read as your game stats, brought to you by Bechtel Jewelers, West Virginia's largest Pandora retailer on Route 11 south of Inwood, taking care of you like nobody's business. Let's start with the team in the lead and on the road here tonight, the Musselman Applemen. Your leading scorer for them is Janiah Lindsay with 7 points, followed by Caleb Fitzpatrick, Kira Bennett, and Chloe Womble with 4 points each. Sierra Poehler with 3 points, and then to round it out is Serenity Ritchie with 1. For Martinsburg, it is number 33, Tyara Rosario, with 6 points to lead them. Brooklyn Medina and Anaya Gideon both have 2 points each, and Olivia Mayer has 1 point to make 11 total, and Musselman's 23 total. Another 2-minute break, and then you'll hear from Spencer Dupuis for the And One Halftime Scoreboard Show. This is West Virginia High School Girls Basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Good job that segment.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. That's why we're America's most loved auto brand.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
2021 American Customer Satisfaction Index ACSI survey of customers rating the performance of their own automobiles.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning, or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies. From small beginnings and over a century later, we maintain our dedication to our policyholders to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. Protecting everything from your home to your business has never been easier. Our team is here to ensure that you, your family, and your assets are taken care of. We enjoy giving back and doing our part to keep Martinsburg a great place to be.
Welcome in here to the Home Helpers Home Care of Martinsburg and One halftime scoreboard show brought to you by Home Helpers Home Care of Martinsburg, serving the tri-state area, giving care the way you want to be cared for. Learn more by calling 304-433-8000. That's 304-433-8000. Spencer will be here at the Talk Radio WRNR TV 10 studios here in Martinsburg at the half. Musselman with the lead 23-11 over the Martinsburg Bulldogs, who will go home after this game, get a shower, come back, get some food, head on the road to the Greenbriers. They'll be in action tomorrow, taking on Bridgeport at 2 p.m. The boys basketball team for Martinsburg will be in action at 4 p.m.-ish, obviously, depending on the end time of that contest. They'll be taking on Cabell Midland. Other action tonight here in the EPAC, as Colin mentioned at the beginning of the tip-off show, Jefferson. They got a huge win in that showcase tournament there at the St. James Academy there, or St. James School in Hagerstown. They get the 112-85 win over Combine Academy out of North Carolina. Will Shively 27 points. Jaden Gladney 26 points. Cam Johnson back in the lineup after missing the game on Tuesday against Hedgesville with 21 points. Dayon Taylor, 14 points. Jamari Jenkins, 9 points. They're now 11-0. They'll take on the Musselman Applemen tomorrow night at Jefferson High School at 7:30. We'll be joined by head coach Richard Lewis tomorrow on the Sports Mix at 12:30. Be sure to tune into that. Tomorrow night we'll have some more EPAC basketball action. We'll be at Spring Mills as Hedgesville travels to take on Spring Mills. Spring Mills, the upstart team here in the EPAC in that section, looking to knock off Hedgesville and put themselves square in the lead there for the EPAC Section 1. Now let's look at some scores in the NBA right now. At halftime, Pistons on top of the Timberwolves, 67-65. At halftime, the Heat on top of the Spurs, 57-47. The Hawks on top of the Suns, 44-39. Bulls losing to the Raptors, 32-29. Some NCAA scores here. UCLA, only game in action in the top 25, number 7. Arizona has a 9-8 lead over number 3 UCLA. Getting going here at 9 p.m. Gonzaga, number 2, at San Diego, number 19 USC, at Arizona State at 11 p.m. And a game that featured a team is now postponed. Ohio State, number 16, against Iowa. That does it here for the And One halftime scoreboard show. We'll take a 2-minute break and then send it out, back out to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse with Colin McLaughlin and Nick Verzolini.
Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
Welcome here for the second half at the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Nick Verzolini, and it's Avery Newport and John Alderton on our cameras. You just heard from Spencer Dupuis. The ball's inbounded for quarter number 3, and it's Musselman in possession. Puller to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick kicks it out for Lindsay. Back over to Fitzpatrick. Her shot, air balls, rebounded by Rosario. Martinsburg trails by 12. What do you think they need to do, Nick, to get back into this one?
I think just relax on offense. You know, when you see the pressure, you can attack it with the dribble. It seems like they're forcing a lot of passes. When they've gotten into the front court and broken the press, that's when they've gotten the majority of their layups, but a lot of the turnovers have allowed Musselman to just push the ball and get it easily to the basket.
Fitzpatrick for Lindsay. Back over to Fitzpatrick. Beautiful motion offense, but the three-pointer again no good in that left corner. Through the legs of Ritchie. Bradley picks it up. Martinsburg has the ball.
And, of course, if Musselman misses and you get the rebound, that doesn't allow them to get into the zone. So you got to do a good job on the rebounding and, don't allow second chance points.
Titcha almost looked like she wanted that three-pointer, decided not to. Bradley shot no good, and it's rebounded by Lindsay, who quickly brings it back for a quick transition offense. Loses it. Bennett now recovers back to Lindsay, wide open three. And it's off the wire and out of bounds now. So it'll be a turnover. Martinsburg gets the ball as your third quarter, presented to you on TV 10 by Kelly Allstate Insurance. For all of your insurance needs, call Gary Kelly at 304-263-4596 or stop by 724 Lakeview Drive in Martinsburg. Gideon finds Rosario wide open down low, and Martinsburg on the board first here in this second half, as Rosario now has 8 total points. Your second, third quarter sponsor is Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. Visit 360 Hank Wilson Way right here in Martinsburg, or go to Orsinis.com. Lindsay dribbling now for Musselman, as they have really slowed down this tempo. Had Puller wide open at the right block. Didn't give it to her, so she goes out and just runs behind her. Trying to drive the baseline and get stuff going. A lot of motion down low, but the ball at the top of the key. Fitzpatrick, pump fakes. Off the side of the rim. gets her own rebound, stuck in the left corner, and just has to heave it to the top of the key and restart the offense with Lindsay. 10-point lead for Musselman, and a lot of possession so far for the Applemen in this third quarter. Both teams have only had one possession each. This is the second possession for Musselman this quarter, and the shot no good, rebounded by Bradley.
Yeah, I mean, Musselman obviously working against the Martinsburg zone, and they haven't been able to make shots, so they haven't been able to get those the press set up, which slows down their offense a lot.
Mayer for three, no good, rebounded by Bradley. And that shot up, no good. And back the other way now for Musselman. Fitzpatrick hits the handoff from Lindsay, passes it to Poehler. Poehler passes it to Serenity Ritchie down low for Bennett. Her shot bounces off the back of the rim twice, no good, rebounded. The ball stolen, Rosario quickly back the other way. Guarded closely, ball pickpocketed, rolls out of bounds, last off Bennett. So it'll remain Martinsburg ball, but great defensive play there by Sierra Poehler. And just put her hand in against Rosario and tip it out before she could go up for that layup.
Yeah, that was excellent hustle. And it looked like Rosario, again, was going to have a pretty easy, fast break, but Musselman retreats quickly and makes it tough.
Mayer had a lot of air under that, but not that much power. Misses everything. Rebounded by Musselman. Fitzpatrick for Lindsay. She'll start the offensive play and instead just throw it out, and it kind of gets stuck underneath the mat there. That was interesting. Never seen that before. I don't know about you.
Yeah, she's had some velocity behind that pass, but you kind of got to move the ball more against the Martinsburg zone. They're not moving it real well to start the second half.
Yeah, it's been a very sloppy third quarter, to say the least, as this is stolen and a travel called against Bennett. But we're at the 3:45 mark in this third quarter, and they've only had one bucket made, and it was by Rosario for Martinsburg. So 2 total points so far this quarter. And Gideon gets it deflected and looked like got smacked possibly as she grabbed her hand immediately afterwards. Fitzpatrick crosses over and it's rejected by Rosario. Goes out of bounds. That one could possibly be your rejection of the game. Might have to notch that one down as a nominee.
I will write that one down, Colin. I like that block by Rosario. She was in good positioning on what looked like was going to be an easy basket for Musselman, but she stepped up and said, not in my house.
Lindsay finds a wide open Bennett at the left block. Her shot's up and good. Kira Bennett now makes it 25-13. Musselman able to set up the full court press, but Mayer broke it all by herself. And it's a shot no good, but it'll stay Martinsburg ball. Musselman leads by a dozen. Medina inbounds it, and Savoy's shot from the left block gets hit back in her face, but a foul was also called, so she'll go to the free throw line.
Well, in back-to-back possessions, both teams struggling with inbound on the baseline defense. They remain in their zone. A lot of coaches will go to man on the inbounds.
As the free throw by Savoy, no good.
Because it's so tough to play zone on the baseline inbound because your back is to the inbounder. So typically you want to go man, but they remain with the zone, and both teams split it pretty well.
Second free throw off the back of the rim, no good as well. So Savoy misses both, and it's back the other way. Lindsay. The Price. Price chooses not to dribble. Passes it across the court to Poehler, who dribbles twice and passes it to Janiyah Lindsay. Lindsay finds Ritchie at the left elbow. Bennett was open down low. Pass goes underneath her arm, out of bounds. Another turnover for Musselman, gives it back to Martinsburg.
Yeah, Bennett's got to be there. That's a good decision by Ritchie to throw that pass. High post to the short corner to break the zone defense.
Ticha for Rosario. Rosario fakes the pass, kicks it out. Top of the key three-pointer for Mayer. Bounces off the rim, no good. It's not been her night so far. Lindsay kicks it out to Puller for three. Off the front of the rim. Bennett with the rebound, banks it in. Here, Bennett now has 8 total points. It's a 14-point lead now for Musselman. 2:10 to go in this third quarter.
Again, Musselman getting on the fast break where they've been the most effective tonight, and good job by Bennett to make up for not being in the right position there and knock down that elbow jack.
Savoy drives the paint. Shot up, no good. Rebounded by Rosario. She tries to bank it in. Her shot's also no good, and a tie-up called down underneath the hoop. Possession arrow, points for Martinsburg. Bradley and Gideon will check in for the Bulldogs. Womble and Fitzpatrick in for Musselman. Martinsburg all sets up for the inbounds except for the inbounder, and Gideon finally does so. Bounce pass, deflected by Bennett. Gideon had Savoy wide open and calling for it. Gideon didn't realize it until it was a split second too late.
It looked like she might have had Rosario as well.
Gives it to Savoy. Savoy kicks it out to Rosario, who tries to pass it all the way across from Mayer, way over her head into the stands. Musselman will get the ball.
And there's been a lot of those for Martinsburg, just way over the head passes. And that's just poor execution and just not good offense.
Fitzpatrick for Price. Price has it go off her foot, and it looked like it touched another player's foot before going out of bounds. It was either Rosario or Mayer, so it'll be Musselman basketball. Funkhauser checks in for Price. Minute 34 to go. It is 27-13. Very low scoring third quarter. Womble back to Bennett. Bennett pump fakes. Guarded closely against Bradley, so she decides not to shoot. Gives it to Womble. Womble's jumper is good. Makes it 29-13. Chloe Womble now has 6 points.
She's done some good things shooting the ball. Obviously, that 3 and 1 she made earlier. And they're a nice jumper as well. She's got a nice shot.
Bradley with it at the top of the key to Rosario. Her three-pointer is good. Rosario now in double digits. She has 11 of the 16 points for Martinsburg. It's 29-16. Fitzpatrick for Funkhauser, who's guarded by Rosario. Rosario almost has it. Pass goes to Fitzpatrick. Double team, foul on the floor. So it'll be an inbounds play now for Musselman. It's that foul called on Anaya Gideon. That's her first.
This game still not out of reach for Martinsburg. It looked like Musselman would have a chance to really put it away, but this slow third quarter has allowed this game to stay relatively close at only 13 points.
Want to quickly correct, that was Gideon's second foul according to the scoreboard. Fitzpatrick to Walker. Walker drives to the right side, double teamed, puts up the shot, it's no good, gets her on rebound. Ball kept low, and Bradley will grab it as well. The possession arrow in the favor of Musselman. That's why you got to keep the ball high, but even when you do so against a 6'4" player, that might not help you.
And you probably don't have anybody on your team that can keep it higher than she is able to block it.
29-16, Musselman leads. 20.7 seconds show on the clock, now down to 16. Titcha for Martinsburg. Gideon back to Titcha, pump fake. Gives it to Rosario. She drives to the right baseline. It's rejected by Bennett, out of bounds. Martinsburg keeps the ball with 6.3 seconds left. Triggs, coach for Martinsburg, calls out the play. Try to get this last shot to be successful. Savoy off the glass, no good. Tipped. Titcha, no good. Shot up. Would have counted if it was there. Doesn't. So it'll remain 29-16 at the end of this third quarter. Musselman in the lead. Let's take a 1-minute break, and then we'll be back for the fourth and final quarter of regulation. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender.
Are you considering selling your home and don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Phone Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams at 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Welcome back here for the fourth quarter at the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Nick Verzolini. It's Martinsburg with the possession as the ball in the hands of Savoy. He drives the baseline, kicks it out. Pass deflected off the hands of Titcha last for Martinsburg, so it'll be Musselman ball. It's the fourth quarter. Presented to you on TV 10 by Brown Funeral Home and Cremation. Robert Fields & Sons, a family-owned full-service funeral home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown Ranson. Proudly serving the area since 1880. As well as Ollie's VIP Northside, the best local spot to catch sports or hang out with friends. Stop by 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg as Womble hits the three. Chloe Womble now with 9 points, her second three of the evening.
How about Womble? Lighting it up a little bit.
The ball tipped. Titcha trying to respond for three. Misses it. Rebounded by Savoy for Martinsburg. She tries to post up. Double teamed. Her shot is up. No good, but a foul is called down low.
I like the take there by Savoy. Able to post up, try to establish herself underneath. Couldn't finish the layup, but you get fouled. You have a chance to score now from the line. And she's only a sophomore, and I think at times she's shown some really good bright spots in terms of post moves, just hasn't been able to really finish.
She misses the first of this free throw. Now 0 for 3 on the night from that line. It's now 32-16, Musselman on top of Martinsburg, doubling them up so far. Second free throw off the rim, and no good. So Savoy now 0 for 4 from that free throw line. Fitzpatrick has the ball for Musselman. Bounce passes to Walker. Throws it over the head of Womble, who was wide open for a possible third three-pointer of the evening. She might have to be a nominee for tonight's WVU Medicine Player of the Game.
Yeah, I think she's in the running. We'll see if anybody really separates themselves in this fourth quarter.
Mayer back to Rosario for three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Fitzpatrick. She's going to try to bring it all the way coast to coast. Decides to pass it back to Womble. Womble dribbles it out and stands on the M at midcourt, waiting for somebody to guard her. Passes it to Bennett. Bounce pass back to Womble. Back to Bennett. Womble. Funkhauser down low for Larkin Walker. She drives in. Her shot tipped out of her hands by Bradley with ease, might I add. And it's back for Womble. Fitzpatrick for Musselman. The clock continues to wind down. Very long possession here for the Lady Applemen. She's trying to get the best possible shot to fall.
Well, also you can maybe try to pull Martinsburg out of the zone, because now, Musselman's really content with this 16-point lead to just hold the basketball.
So far, though, this is probably the best defensive possession we've seen for Martinsburg.
Yeah, it has been good defense, but again, how much they take that shot out of
Yeah, Fitzpatrick just pulls up from about 19 feet and off the mark, rebounded by Martinsburg.
And I don't think that was exactly what Coach Elliott was probably hoping for on that possession in terms of a relatively tough contested jumper, but ball will stay with Musselman.
And a timeout called by Martinsburg. So let's take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
At the studio is Spencer Dupuis. Make sure to stay tuned after the game to hear Spencer give you some scores from around the repack and around the world of sports during the And One postgame scoreboard show. 5:22 left here in this fourth quarter. It's Musselman leading Martinsburg 32-16. And that one just almost looked like it was punched out of bounds.
Looked like a volleyball spike.
Had to get her frustration out from this game so far for Martinsburg. Not their night, unfortunately. Lindsay to Fitzpatrick, pump fakes, dribbles, gives it to Womble. Womble hands it to Lindsay and gets a pick. Fitzpatrick finds Lindsay wide open, and she's fouled, falls to the court, and will be helped up by her teammates. And goes to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Yeah, an excellent cut by Lindsay and a good find as well. So, you know, that's what you want at this point in the game. Really, you only want layups is all you're taking offensively if you're Musselman.
Zeta Dunn called with a foul as Lindsay sinks this first one. She now has 8 points on the evening, makes it 33-16.
Even though it's been a slow second half for Janiyah Lindsay, I think she's definitely in the running for our player of the game. What she did early on the defensive end was really impressive.
She makes the second end of her free throw, makes it 34-16. She now has 9 total points, along with Chloe Womble at 9. Both of them are the leading scorers for Musselman. Medina. Down low to Ticha, kicks it out, Gideon, pass is deflected, she's able to recover it, finds Ticha wide open, 3 around the rim and a no good. Hustling through the paint to the top of the key was Rosario to get that rebound, drives in herself, her layup no good though, and it's Lindsay back the other way for Musselman. The Lady Applemen 4:30 away from getting the regular season-wise sweep against Martinsburg. Fitzpatrick gets fouled at the 4:21 mark, and it'll be on the floor. Checking to see who the foul exactly was called on. Looks like it's the 3rd foul called on Gideon. Lindsay for Fitzpatrick. The puller. Backdoor cut. Fitzpatrick tries to get position. It's rebounded, though, by Walker. And Walker gets her first bucket of the evening.
That was a tremendous rebound by Walker. She reached out and grabbed what was kind of an awkward rebound to grab because of how hard it hit off the side of the rim. And then she kept her composure and finished the layup. So really impressive offensive rebound.
Fitzpatrick steals it. Chucks the ball up the court. It's 2v1. Lindsay keeps it herself, misses the layup, rebounded down low. Second shot up, no good. Walker, 3rd rebound, her shot, no good. And a foul called, so it'll go from Martinsburg as Mayer got that 4th rebound, but was fouled down low. It's a 20-point lead for Musselman. The foul called on Sierra Puller, that's her 2nd. team third of the half. Both teams have 3 total fouls this half. So even though it's kind of been sloppy possession-wise, not that many fouls. Gideon to Rosario. Back out for Gideon at the right wing. Finds Medina, top of the key, 3 off the front of the rim, then the glass, no good. Rosario gets the rebound at the right block. It's good. She now has 13 points
she's done
the
a nice
18.
Job. She did a nice job on the offensive rebounds. Early on when Musselman was pressing a lot, she was in the right position to get a lot of easy layups.
So far, she's the only one to score in this second half for Martinsburg, unless Gideon can do so here. Doesn't. Rosario misses it as it got swatted out of her hand. She wanted a foul called. Nothing there at first, but eventually did, so she'll go to the free throw line.
And a big reason why you mentioned the lack of fouls in the second half, especially on the Martinsburg side. They really haven't gone to the rim that much besides Rosario, so you're not going to get a lot of fouls if you're consistently shooting from the outside.
As she misses the first of the free throws. She's, even though having 13 points so far tonight, 0 for 3 from the free throw line. So that foul was called on Janiyah Lindsay for Musselman. That's her second. Second free throw, no good. And as you could see there on the TV, nobody was there to rebound for Martinsburg lined up, which is kind of interesting when you're down 36-18. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not the coach, so I'm not making the decisions.
You would think, though, that you would either want to get an offensive rebound, or if you make them, at this point you probably have to press.
Press, yeah. Cadence Bradley will check in for Rosario. 2:26 to go here in this fourth quarter. Musselman has the ball. The inbounds play for the Lady Applemen underneath their offensive basket. Lindsay gives it to Walker. Her shot too hard, no good. Rebounded by Ritchie. It's rejected back at her. Bradley trying to guard her close, and a foul will be called as Ritchie drives to the left side and will go to the free throw line. Shooting foul.
What I also like about what Musselman's done in this game is when they've had their shots rejected, they keep attacking it and don't let it get them down. Martinsburg's got to get those rebounds.
Shooting foul called against Savoy. That's her third, and Ritchie misses this first free throw. She is now 1 for 4 on the night. Ritchie's second free throw. Too hard, no good. Rebounded by Bradley. Medina quickly brings it across midcourt. Still dribbles. Drives to left side. Kicks it out for Mayer, who's off balance. Has the dribble. Drives the baseline. Gets bumps and out of bounds, but a foul called first. That foul called on Larkin Walker. That's her fourth. 2:03 left to go, and a timeout called by Martinsburg. Let's keep it here as it's a 36-18 ball game. Only a 30-second timeout. As your timeouts brought to you by the Marius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, Phil McCoy and John Everson. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Phone 304-263-4343. Martinsburg, most likely, unless a miracle can happen tonight, going to fall to 0-14 on the year. Musselman get its fourth win on the season, 2 out of the 4 to be against these Martinsburg Bulldogs. But Martinsburg has to have a quick mindset and regroup for tomorrow.
Yeah, and at this point, too, I mean, you're continuing to try to work on some things because when you go to the Greenbrier, you're going to be playing some really good teams as well, so you're going to have to find a way to be competitive down there.
Puller passes it to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick drives in and a reach-in foul called. You could see her get pushed a little bit on that left shoulder. And it is on Olivia Mayer. It'll be an inbounds now for Musselman. Mare's second foul, team sixth. Fitzpatrick for three, off the front of the rim. Ball down low on the court. Rosario able to recover it. Goes back for the Bulldogs. Looks like next dead ball, we're going to have a whole new lineup in for Musselman. Spin, jump shot, layup is good for Savoy. That's her first basket of the evening, makes it 36-20, and she's now second Martinsburg Bulldog to score in this half. Only been her and Rosario so far. Fitzpatrick to Puller. Puller gives it over for Lindsay as we have hit under a minute to go in regulation. Let's see, and a timeout will be called by A.D. Elliott to allow his substitutes to come in, get some JV players to have some action. But we'll keep it here again and just give you a look at the rest of the schedule for Musselman. They play again tomorrow against Washington High School at home, and then at Washington February 7th. And to conclude the season, they host Hedgesville on February 10th. And again, as we said, Martinsburg will head down to the Greenbrier after this to play two games starting tomorrow at 2 p.m. It should be a fun one. And for us, though, it's Spring Mills Hedgesville boys basketball tomorrow, Nick. Now you get to be on the call alongside Spencer Dupuis for that. And then Saturday, the first time ever, we're going to do some swimming on TV10. Have the Region 2 Championship on our airwaves. Looking forward to that. It will be interesting. Never done swimming before, broadcasting-wise on TV10 or in our short careers. So,
well, you'll have an expert color analyst in Spencer Dupuis.
That is true. He,
who, as we all know, beat Michael Phelps in the Towson Invitational.
That's not true, but let's continue to say it, because maybe if you say it enough,
we can speak it into existence.
If we make a Wikipedia page, then it's true, right? No. Foul called there. Get back to the action and focus on this, like Spencer's probably begging us to. Back at the studio, you'll hear from him in the postgame. Free throw, no good by Medina. 36-20 with 42 seconds exactly. Medina's second free throw, off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded, back the other way. Pass out. Shot up. No good. Rebounded by Rosario. 30 seconds to go. Rosario finds Medina in the paint. Reverse layup. No good. Rebounded. Shot up by Savoy. No good. And everybody for Musselman all around Savoy as she falls to the court. And foul will be called. That'll send her to the free throw line.
Yeah, a little bit sloppy for Musselman on the defensive end in this fourth quarter in terms of a lot of fouls they're picking up.
That is against Mackenzie Shanholtz. The 1-and-1, no good by Savoy. Not her night from the free throw line, unfortunately for her.
I think as a team, Martinsburg probably has really struggled.
Yeah,
overall.
They've made, it looks like 3 out of 13. So, yeah, you're right. It's a foul underneath, and that is against Nia Gideon. Never mind. They called it on Musselman. I thought they called it on Martinsburg. I apologize.
I mean, if you make like half of those free throws, it would be a much closer ball game.
That is true.
Changes completely the tone and everything of what you might elect to do.
Gideon at the free throw line. And she misses as well. Rebounded by Musselman. Gideon pressuring. Musselman keeps possession and will dribble out the game. As the final score, Musselman 36, Martinsburg 20. So the Lady Applemen pick up their 4th win of the season, improve to 4-11 on the year. Martinsburg falls to 0-13. Again, the final score 36-20. Let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back for the Palace Lounge post-game show. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube.
Home Helpers of the Eastern Panhandle, making life easier for you, your family, and especially your loved ones that need their care. They are locally owned and searching for smiling faces to hire so that your loved one can stay in their home where they are the happiest. Call 304-433-8000 or visit homehelpershomecare.com/panhandle. Or you can visit them at 3192 Winchester Avenue right here in Martinsburg. Each office is independently owned and operated.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
It's now time for the post-game show. Our broadcast team will break down the final stats, look at final scores from around the state, and look ahead to upcoming broadcasts. Today's game is brought to you by
the Sutton and Janelle Law Firm, Ollie's VIP, Milestone Realty, the Palace Lounge, the Mountaineer Grill and Pub, Cody's Auto Body, Modern Renovations, D&N Auto, Home Helpers of the Panhandle, Johnny's Express.
And now let's send it back to our Talk Radio WRNR TV 10 broadcast team for the post-game show.
Welcome you into the Palace Lounge post-game show, brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg, with a full lunch and dinner menu with daily specials in a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out their menu on the Palace Lounge's Facebook page. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Nick Verzolini. As the final score, Musselman 36, Martinsburg 20. And let's now get into your game stats, brought to you by Bechtel Jewelers, West Virginia's largest Pandora retailer on Route 11 south of Inwood, taking care of you like nobody's business. Let's start with Martinsburg, as the leading scorer for them was Rosario with 13. Savoy, Medina, and Gideon all three had 2 points each. To round it out for Martinsburg was Olivia Mayer with 1 point as the free throw there in the first half. As for Musselman, they had two leading scorers, was Chloe Womble and Janiyah Lindsay with 9 points each. Kiera Bennett had 8 points, and following her was Caleb Fitzpatrick with 4, Sierra Puller with 3, Larkin Walker with 2, and the Partridge in a Pear Tree, Serenity Ritchie with 1. You like what I did there? I know it's not Christmas, but
it's always Christmas for you, Colin.
That is true. I like to celebrate early. Probably too early now, but it's okay.
You got to get ready, you know?
Yeah. I don't know.
You're always in the spirit.
Yeah. So let's now go into our awards that I know you have ready for us. Let's start with the Cody's Body Shop rejection of the game, brought to you by Cody's Body Shop at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Family owned, offering superior customer service and great pricing for a job done by experienced certified technicians. Phone 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page.
I'm going to go with Kiera Bennett's block in the second quarter. She had a few really good hustle plays for the Applemen tonight, but that one in the second quarter was just, probably the biggest rejection, biggest hype-type play in what was a really good quarter for Musselman, where they kind of established themselves and really pulled away from Martinsburg.
And now let's follow it up with the Parsons Ford moment of the game, brought to you by Parsons Ford on 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsfordofmartinsburg.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons.
Yeah, I'm staying in that second quarter. The press for Musselman started to really pick up. That's when Martinsburg just had some poor passes. So I think when they were able to get in their press because of their offensive success, it just completely made this game really tough for Martinsburg to come back, and it was a dominant second quarter.
And our final award to give out is the WVU Medicine Player of the Game, brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere.
Let's go with Chloe Womble. 9 points, not a player that typically scores a lot for this team, but it wasn't just her scoring. I think when she was in the game offensively, when Musselman was trying to burn some clock, she did a lot of good plays and made some smart decisions with the basketball. So we go with Chloe Womble tonight. I liked what she showed with her game, and it started with that and one on the three, and I think that gave her a ton of confidence to knock down some other big shots.
Yeah, and when you get a 4-point play, it's always fun to remember. So congratulations to Chloe Womble on being our WVU Medicine Player of the Game, and congratulations to Musselman on the 36-20 win as we wrap up here on the Palace Lounge post-game show. I'd like to thank Davis Moore, the athletic director here at Martinsburg, for allowing us to set up. I'd like to thank our sponsors for helping us out, being able to always broadcast these games for you, the fans that are not able to make it here. We hope that you enjoyed it. For Avery Newport, Spencer Dupuy, John Alderton, Nick Verzolini, I'm Colin McLaughlin signing off. Beforehand, the final score at Musselman 36, Martinsburg 20. Let's take a 2-minute break, and then you'll hear from Spencer Dupuy for the post-game scoreboard show. But for us, signing off here at the Fieldhouse, have a good night, everyone.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new Bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including Trivia Night Monday, Karaoke Tuesday, Steak Night Wednesday and Sunday, Thursday night Boneless Wing Night, and on Friday and Saturday nights there'll be a DJ and or karaoke. And remember, Monday through Friday, happy hour 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Life can get in the way these days. We all know that. Work commitments, social commitments, volunteer commitments, family commitments. You put your heart into all of it. You've got enough to worry about already. Your roof shouldn't be one of those things. Everything should just work. But when your roof is in need of an upgrade, you shouldn't have to worry about that either. Modern Renovations, your four-state roofing solution. Reminding you that home is where the heart really is.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team, with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center, 400 West Stevens Street, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley Morgan County Health Department.
Welcome here to the Talk Radio WRNR TV 10 studios here in Martinsburg. Spencer will be here with the postgame and one scoreboard show brought to you by Home Helpers Home Care of Martinsburg, serving the tri-state area, giving care the way you want to be cared for. Learn more by calling 304-433-8000. That's 304-433-8000. Again, Musselman final here from Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Musselman girls get the win 36-20. Look at some other scores from around the EPAC. Jefferson continuing its dominance as the Cougars defeat Combine Academy of North Carolina 112-185 at the St. James Invitational State. In a showcase game, they improved to 11-0 on the season. Will Shively led the way, 27 points. Jaden Gladney with 26 points. Cam Johnson returned to the lineup and scored 21 points. They take on Musselman tomorrow night at 7:30. They are hosting Musselman as a rescheduled game from last Friday's postponed game due to weather here in the Eastern Panhandle. But first, tomorrow we'll be joined on the Sports Mix at 12:30 by head coach Richard Lewis. Get to talk to him about a huge win tonight for the program as they improve to 11-0 and look to continue their dominance in basketball here of late. As mentioned here, we had that game for you with Musselman winning over Martinsburg in girls basketball 36-20. Going to be a tough next 36 hours for the Lady Bulldogs as they will go tomorrow. Well, actually go tonight. They'll take the bus ride tonight to the Greenbrier as they'll take on Bridgeport tomorrow at 2 p.m. And Martinsburg boys tomorrow at 4 p.m. will take on Cabell Midland, and then they'll play the winners of the other or losers of the other game depending on how that all works out. Other games tonight, still haven't gotten a score from Spring Mills girls at Martinsburg. Tomorrow in the Eastern Panhandle, the game that we'll have Hedgesville at Spring Mills tomorrow night, 7:30. Girls basketball, Musselman hosts Washington. Over the weekend, Martinsburg and boys and girls will take on whoever they will play. I can pull that up right here to see who the other teams in action at the Greenbrier are. Give me 1 second here. Battle for the Springhouse. Here we go. The other games tomorrow at the Battle for the Springhouse. Girls-wise, Greenbrier East versus Nitro, and boys side at 8 p.m., Wyoming East versus Bluefield. So on Saturday, the schedule for that goes 1 p.m. for the boys consolation game, 3 p.m. for the girls consolation game, 5 p.m. for the boys championship, and 7 p.m. for the girls championship. But elsewhere here in the EPAC on Saturday, boys basketball-wise, Washington versus Morgantown. That's a 3 p.m. contest. Spring Mills at Southern Fulton. Don't have a time for that. And Spring Mills girls at Jefferson. And we'll be broadcasting our first ever Region 2 swim meet there at Shepherd with 11 teams in that meet. That includes East Fairmont, Fairmont Senior, Hampshire, Hedgesville, Jefferson, Martinsburg, Musselman, North Marion, Preston, Spring Mills, and Washington. We'll take a look here at some NCAA men's basketball scores. Well, I guess one score for you at halftime. Number 7 Arizona looking to upset number 3 UCLA on top, 42-30. Getting ready to get underway here with tip-off momentarily. San Diego hosting number 2 Gonzaga at 11 p.m. Number 19 USC visits Arizona State. And top 25 postponed game, number 16 Ohio State was set to take on Iowa. Game is no longer happening. Let's get you a look at some NBA scores before we get out of here tonight. We'll start off with about 9:50 left in the contest. The Timberwolves have a 110-96 lead over the Pistons. The Heat, who are playing the Wizards on Saturday night, they have a 99-76 lead over the Spurs with 7:53 left in the contest. Last check, that was a makeup from December 29th. 77-73 has the Hawks in the lead over the Suns with 6:10 left in the third. The only other game in action right now is a close one there in Toronto as the Bulls. The Chicago Bulls have a 68-66 lead over, 68-67 lead over the Raptors. That's a makeup from December 16th with 6:12 left in the third quarter. Coming up at 10 p.m., the Kings and the Warriors, and also at 10 p.m. on TNT, the Battle for Los Angeles. They're at the newly named Crypto.com Arena. Lakers taking on the Clippers. That'll do it here from the TV10 studios here in Martinsburg for the postgame and one scoreboard show brought to you by Home Helpers Home Care of Martinsburg, serving the tri-state area, giving care the way you want to be cared for. Learn more by calling 304-433-8000. That's 304-433-8000. So that'll do it for me here back in the studio. For our intern Avery Newport, John Alderton on camera, Nick and Colin saying so long. Tune in to the Sports Mix tomorrow. We'll be joined by Jefferson head coach Richard Lewis at 12:30. That'll do it for me back here in the studio.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Basketball. Today's game has been brought to you by
the Berkeley County Health Department, Bechtel Jewelers, Brown's Funeral Homes and Cremations, Hagerstown Ford, The Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, Gary Kelly Allstate Insurance, CMA Honda, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Orsini's Home Store, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Smallwood and Small Insurance, and WVU Medicine, Berkeley Medical Center, and Jefferson Medical Center.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and NBA basketball, keep it tuned to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.